Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Alexander Toni, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondi.
That's me.
And the cacophonous Toni O.
Morning, boys. Top of the morning to you.
Too early for a big word of that for me.
Yeah,
I'm out. I'm out. That's too much.
We're digging into the bag now. I've had enough of Toni insulting me anytime I try to say something nice about him. So this is what you boys have to deal with now. Look at what you've done, Toni. You've confused Tommy.
Yeah. Hey, that's the way to go with these words. Just go really obscure so you have no idea what they mean. And it's like, okay. Yeah, I mean, Toni probably. Toni maybe does.
It's great for sparking conversation, right? When you say something that no one knows what it means.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time.
Keep going this direction, Izzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it. Yeah,
gentlemen, there was so much football this weekend that we have to get into. We had a game postponed in Everton-Liverpool because of inclement weather, and still we have an entirely full plate, so let's get right into it. Spurs 3, Chelsea 4. Arguably...
They got 3? I forgot, honestly.
Jesus Christ.
They got 3. It's okay. It's okay to forget that.
That's crazy.
It was a meaningless goal.
I had checked out at that point. Wow.
The most normal Chelsea Spurs
Son
game.
scored at the end. Wow.
Yeah.
What a loser, man. Jesus. Fuck me.
Oh my god.
The guy is the ultimate choke. I can't believe we didn't see it before. The guy is the ultimate choke, man. Yeah, this game, classic Spurs. Just classic.
I mean,
oh my god.
I mean, Mark Cucurella decided to spot them a 2-goal lead because he didn't have the right fucking cleats on.
Fucking professional. That guy, like...
Bro, you've gone through an entire warm-up. What the fuck are you doing?
And he has the cheek to blame someone. He's like, man, you gave me the wrong fucking boots as he's coming off. It's like, you're a grown-ass man. What do you mean?
Yeah.
He gave you the wrong fucking boot. There are 21 other players on the field. No one's slipping over like Steven Gerrard. Like, sort yourself out. Like,
yeah. After the game, he posted a picture with the shoes in the bin.
Which, not great. They can't be a sponsor, surely.
Oh, they probably are. They definitely are.
He is sponsored by Puma.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Puma, I think he did take that story down, probably because his agent reached out to him and was like, don't fucking do this.
I don't think there's too many brain cells up there. Mark said.
There are not.
It's all clouded by hair. Yeah. But...
Hey. Long hair does not cloud any brain cells.
No. Well.
You leave the long-haired community out of this. That's one of them.
I know a few curly-haired footballers who they really back up my theory. That's all I'm gonna say. So, yeah.
Maybe that's a topic we explore a little bit further another day. But you know what I love about this? Spurs had a 2-goal lead. I don't think ever once did I feel or anyone else feel like, damn, they're really going to win this or it's over or anything like that.
You were stressed in the group chat for a minute. I was saying that.
I
am not enjoying this.
Look at this man try to explain it away.
Yeah.
No, that's all I said. People were laughing at Korea. I wasn't really laughing. I didn't say I was stressed. But look, lo and behold. Hey, you guys want free pens for no reasons? Spurs. They're there for you. They'll be there to do whatever you want.
I was just typing to someone in the group chat like, they are dying to give away a penalty. The entire game, they're just diving in the box, grabbing shirts. I'm like, a pen's coming soon. Just as I finished it, penalty. It's just like...
But the thing is, like, if you're going to concede a penalty, at least give yourself a chance. The Bissouma one was crazy. Astonishingly bad. I've never seen such a clear penalty. Like, all season, I don't think I've seen a more clear penalty than the Bissouma one that he gave away. Like, Caicedo doesn't even have to, like, look at the ref.
Yeah. I found the second one to be the most egregious. Because he's going away from the box.
The first one is unprofessional, man. It's childish. The first one is childish. Like... Man. The second one you can protest. I think it's a penalty, don't get me wrong, but it's smart play by Palmer. The first one is just idiotic. Like, it was Bissouma, right? Sliding in, like...
Yeah, it was Bissouma, yeah.
I can't remember the last time I saw a penalty conceded like that. Like, you stay on your feet in the box. There's no danger as well. It's just...
I mean, yeah, I don't disagree. I'm just... You know what? They're both stupid, so whatever. They're not gonna... Yeah, it's all good.
Like, sliding in like that when it's not someone running through on goal and you're not the last man, like... I don't understand it, man.
You know the worst part?
He's been a disaster of a signing, Bissouma.
This was Tottenham parking the bus as well. That's the part that's really funny about this.
This is maybe why Ange never wants to change his game.
He can't do it. He has no other plan. They can't fucking play it. He has no other plan. Oh man. And
they're suicidal. Their play is just suicidal. To be honest, it's there's no other way around it. For me, it's funny, but I'm sure the Spurs fans. I wonder if they're starting to turn on this guy. You saw midweek, right? Some fans are starting turning on him. Maybe it was just one in particular. That video I saw. I think you guys.
A few of them are starting. It was a lot. That was a collective.
Okay.
Yeah, outrage at the time, and he's like, "Me? You're booing me?" Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're booing you. Look at your fucking record. Like, yeah, it's you know the thing about that penalty as well. The first one, you guys could not finish. You had so many chances at that point, and it was like, yeah, they're like, yeah, you've missed a few. Here's one, and then Son, like, oh my God, who was it that switched off? Was it Gusto? Because it was on his side, but I'm not sure who it was that switched off.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember right now who it was.
Udogi shows a split moment of intelligence to let the ball go, and then Son's one-on-one with the keeper. And I just realized this guy cannot score when the pressure's on. Yeah, I was thinking last season that this was an Arsenal hatred issue. Nah, he's just a choke. He's just a choke. That's what he is. Yeah, he missed a few in this game. Captain choke over here, and it wasn't even close.
I enjoy the level of vitriol Spurs seem to bring out of Toni.
Well, they're Spurs. It's like people keep including them in
there's a level of disgust that just kind of seeps into his voice. Over text, over call, it's the same. The disgust starts off. You start a conversation about football. Tony's very happy to talk about it. You mention Spurs, and then there's something it starts to seep. And if you continue the conversation about Spurs, it just tracks upwards.
At what point are we going to kick them out of this top six, like, big six conversation? They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it.
Are United still in? Because we don't deserve it either.
You have a history that's worth discussing. What do Spurs have? They have nothing. Except the toilet bowl.
You put some respect on that.
By the way,
on that wait. 2008.
By the way, beyond Tony's hatred for Spurs, he did give props to Kulusevski. He did say Kulusevski was a great player.
I like
yeah.
You know what? For Tony to give props to a Spurs, for Tony to give props to a Spurs player, Kulusevski might as well give him the Ballon d'Or.
I mean, at this point,
don't be like Son, man. Get out of there. Don't be like Son. Look at Harry Kane. He's there choking in Bayern now. It stays with you.
It stays. Yeah.
Bayern are out there getting knocked out.
They did get knocked out of the DFB Pokal. The wait goes Leverkusen.
on. The wait for a trophy goes on for Harry. Yeah.
They have a slight lead in the Bundesliga, but it's
not that big.
No lead is safe from Harry Kane.
So just go back to this game on Chelsea's point. Ever since we'll say it again. Ever since Enzo left his wife and kids, his form has just been incredible. It's crazy.
The deadbeat bounce is insane.
Why? I think he's got like 9 goal contributions in the 6 games since. Yeah.
This man needs to get sponsored by all the dating apps. That's what he needs. Sign him up. Hinge, Bumble, Tinder. OkCupid, Buzzmatch, get him on all of them.
So what is Enzo, like, for real? Is he an attacking midfielder? He's single. Is he an attacking midfielder, or because he's not a playmaker clearly?
And he's not a deep lying playmaker. He's more. I don't know. It feels like he's definitely more of an attacking midfielder or someone who's more box to box. But not. I don't even see him more box to box.
He's not box to box.
He's not box to box. Yeah, he's definitely more of an attacking midfielder, and he seems to be thriving right now in this role now. So it's working out, especially with the Caicedo being that sort of more of a right back sort of.
Well, yeah, they provide the double pivot, right? The Latvia Caicedo double pivot. So, yeah, I mean, it's working.
It's working. The only thing that's for me, attacking wise, we got the most goals in the league. We score. I don't know if you guys saw any of the highlights from the Southampton game midweek. We won 5-1. That game could have been 10-1. We were playing around. Second half.
You played your Southampton voucher. That doesn't count for anything. They gave you most of. I saw the highlights. They assisted most of your goals.
That's true, and they could have assisted more. So it could have been we create chances. We can score goals. We will concede goals, and especially when someone like Fofana is out and you need to get Badiashile in or Disasi in, they're not up for it. And when those guys have to fill in, we're going to concede.
Well, which one of them is up for it? Of that defense, none of them are up for it. You have Kukurea wearing the wrong length of studs.
Well, yeah.
Gusto is better going forward. Caicedo's a midfielder. Badiashile, I mean, he's been ruined. And Colwell, I'm like...
I still like Colwell is still solid.
I know, he's the best of a bad bunch. But, like...
Yeah, it's the defense, and it's like, people are saying, our Chelsea title race. I'm just thinking, like, yeah, we'll hang around, and we'll be definitely top 4. But we don't have the defense to sustain a title challenge. We will concede. When we don't score, we will concede, and that's going to be the issue going forward. It's nice to see us.
You have attacking options, though. Like, Arsenal is really good.
It's so many attacking options.
And Christmas,
they keep coming off the bench. This is what happens when you spend a bill. You eventually find some stuff.
If something eventually clicks, and Maresca has he's just probably just focusing on attacking, and he's like, listen, this is how we're going to attack, and let's just focus on that, and it's working. And with the fixture congestion coming up, right, and you have this sort of rotation being allowed, maybe we don't struggle as much as maybe other teams potentially. Maybe.
I think it also helps that you have an entire second squad playing in the Conference League, so you have guys getting minutes. They're not getting minutes against like good teams or anything, but they're getting some minutes. They're playing together in game situations. Mm-hmm. So, like you look at them, because I think Nkunku basically plays, he starts almost exclusively in the Conference League.
Nkunku needs to be sold, man. He's not part of this Arsenal. I'm sorry.
And he just gets cameos. He gets cameos in the league. Yeah,
he's getting Reece Nelson minutes. Like, he's,
I agree. I like him. It is time to go, though, for him. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
hey, Felix, your top scorer on the season?
Oh, come on.
All competitions? I think he is, yes. Or it could be... Yeah,
it's probably Palmer.
I think he is, because he bags like 3 a game in the Conference League.
He does. Yeah, he's probably it. Yeah.
We're FC Noah still traumatized by him.
Noah's still traumatized. Yeah. Well, anyways, it's fun to be in second place, boys. It is. It's nice and fun to see.
The
goals.
gap is down to what? What is it?
4. I think it's 4, but
4.
Liverpool's
game in hand for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Hey, points in hand is better than game in hand.
For sure.
Let's move on to a team that is struggling to pick up points. Crystal Palace to Manchester City. City had to come back from goal down twice in this game. Erling Haaland finally got a goal, and I guess we should shout out City for breaking their winless streak in midweek. And in a game that was precarious for a while, because I think it was against Forest, right? And Chris Wood missed a huge chance at 1-0.
Yeah, it's a habit of doing that.
Could have flipped that
against City.
But in this one, City, it felt like more of the same from their winless run. It didn't feel like they were flowing right, and then it's kind of telling that Kyle Walker was benched midweek, and Kyle Walker played this one. and Kyle Walker did not do particularly well on either Palace goal.
No, he was definitely partially at fault for at least the first one for keeping them onside. And
the second one, it is entirely him.
Oh, it's entirely him, yeah. He left whoever he was marking, just whatever. And then, yeah. It happens all the time for him on set pieces.
Hey, in his defense, on the second one, unlike his family, he didn't leave the man he was marking. He just stood next to him and just watched him.
Crystal Palace had the same number of shots as City, 12, despite having only 1/3 of possession. I mean, I keep saying it. Look at the players, man. Look at that midfield. It's De Bruyne, Gundogan, Silva. Physically, they just can't run.
That's an old midfield.
Yeah, they just can't run. Right? It's like you're asking them to press, because Pep will not ask them to sit in a block, right? You're asking them to press. Okay, they press, they lose races, because that's what was happening. They were losing every race, right? And then before you know it, there's a straight ball through the middle, and someone's one-on-one with your keeper. There's nothing they can do to fix this. Rodri's he's injured, and they have no other option.
When is Kovacic back?
I mean, Kovacic will help, but man.
Well, I know he's not going to fix the problem, but they need him.
How old is Kovacic? 31. He's either spring chicken in that team.
He's also old, but he's at least more of that style of play.
He's 30. Okay, so he's still young. Yeah.
Bringing the average age down.
Got a red card, so he's suspended now.
It was such a. I think he's a bit unlucky with the second yellow, but
yes.
I wasn't surprised when he got sent off because his first yellow was he was on edge after he scored. I don't know what the entire game he was just on edge, and I think he got booked for having a go at the referee. I think after someone gave away a free kick, can't remember who exactly. So stupid first yellow, and then the second one. I mean, he's unlucky. He's also pretty naive for diving in a challenge when you're on a yellow. But
yeah, you gotta be careful. He gets stepped on, I believe.
Yes,
in that,
he does. But it looks like he's the one that lunges, right? Yeah. So that's another defender they don't have for a game.
Very sideshow Bob stepping on a rake.
Yeah. Who is City playing next? Is it United?
I think
it is United.
Yeah.
I don't know what that game's gonna look like.
I'm like, no fucking clue. It's two teams that are currently a fucking mess. But
they play Juventus before then, so that's gonna be interesting. But
it'll be a draw. All
Juventus are not.
Yeah, draw specialists at the moment.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I did enjoy midweek City. Their lineup, they started both Doku and Grealish, and kind of on one side.
Did Grealish play midfield? Or
he did. And I was like, this is not a bad
fun
lineup.
It looked
was
fun,
kind of
yeah.
fun. Yeah. I'm like, Pep just embraced that.
It's the role he used to play at Villa.
Yeah.
It's what he'd do at Villa.
Release
Grealish.
Yeah. Release Grealish.
Have some fun, Pep.
Nope, he went back to Nunez. Spanish managers are naturally very defensive. So, away from home, he tends to resort to clogging the middle, I guess. Because I don't know why Nunez is playing on the wing, left wing for that matter. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But, yeah.
Hey, they're dropping points. We'll take it. Good for us. Yeah.
They need to consolidate top four, man, before it becomes a bit of a challenge.
I was gonna say I haven't seen them where they are fourth right now. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Can't keep dropping points.
They were essentially tied with Liverpool at the start of this.
Yeah, their goal difference was ahead of everyone, and now they are trending towards 0 in that department. So don't even have that advantage.
The entire city of Manchester is just going to average out to a 0 goal difference.
Yeah, we will get to the red side. We'll get back to the red side. Yeah.
Before we do that, let's go quickly
to
to Brentford 4, Newcastle 2. Barn burner of a game. Incredible fun. Brentford at home They are the best home team in the league this season, and they are tied for the second highest scoring team this season. And they sold their starting striker this summer, which is just a testament to the work that Thomas Frank is doing and how good players like Mbeumo and Johan Vissa. Vissa, I mean, he missed like a month of the season in the middle as well. But just the entire team just is fun. They score a lot of goals. They're a good time.
There was a clip going around of his post-game speech in the dressing room. I don't know if they have an all or nothing going on this season. But yeah, there was a clip going around after
Have you
the
guys
game.
watched any of those for any team?
No.
I have not.
I watched the Arsenal one because I'm an Arsenal fan. So I watched a bit of the City one, where nobody
tell you
move,
what,
nobody move. Yeah, sit down.
I did watch the Spurs one because that was during Mourinho season, and that was kind of fun.
I watched the one where
Mourinho's box office.
the one with Dele Alli, right? Where
Yeah.
he was trying to get across to Dele Alli, and Ali's just looking at him like, yeah, blank expression. Yeah. Yeah, Brentford. What can you say, man? Like they've gone from strength to strength. With Thomas Frank, you just wonder, like, where does he go from here to advance his career? Does he just stay at Brentford? Because the next move's a dangerous one, right? You have to get it right. I still think he should have been a candidate for United, personally. I said that at the time.
I would not have. We had that conversation. I told you that
Yeah.
I would have been happy to get him because I like the cut of his jib.
I like it. Like, he's pragmatic, but he's very clever with what he does, and he's flexible, right? And sometimes you need that flexibility. He plays a lot of different systems with Brentford. Was Mbeumo playing wing back in this game?
He's played there before.
Yeah.
I don't know if he. Yeah, maybe he was playing wing back.
I
this
think he
game.
was
Played
playing
there
wing
maybe-
back.
maybe
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
So, like a weird attacking, kind of like the Amarin use of his wing backs, where he wants them to attack very aggressively. So, yeah. Newcastle, on the other hand, that project.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's focus on that because
That's stalling.
Stalled. Stalled. The car is in park. It's not going anywhere, man. That's all the air's been let out of that balloon.
like I just don't know where they go from here. You know what I mean? I guess where they go from here is just like they may have to sell some players. Is where they go from here, maybe, or maybe a new manager or whatever. But this brings me to something, because I remember Toni, you mentioned that you would do some really embarrassing things.
Yes.
To get Isak at Arsenal. And I think a good segment to have is what
would you do
to get Isak at Arsenal? What is something embarrassing you would do? Because he scored it in this game as well. And he just added to his tally.
Name it. Just, you want me to do something, name it. I'll do it.
Would you wear a Tottenham jersey?
No, there's a limit to the madness.
There's
a limit to the madness.
So we've reached to know where the line is.
Wow, we hit the limit immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you got to batch.
Would you go?
I didn't say I'll do anything.
Would you go streaking through Parliament?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Isak sign. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
We will note this. Yeah, exactly. I figure we figure something in the region, something that would make the news.
Yeah. It would help us.
Something that we could save.
Yeah, it would help us.
It would help us. Yeah, you just gotta like wear like a bib or something advertising the pod and run through. Yeah, you're set.
Yeah, Isak to Arsenal on one side, 442 on the other, and
442's got to be in the front, I would say. Yeah, 442's got to be in the front. Isak number 14 at the back. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, please. I kind of want to see.
You know what?
See
I'm
Arsenal
for
now.
it. I'm for it.
He's so good, man. Like, he needs to get out of there. Players need to take care of their careers. How old is he? 25, 26? Like, your career goes fast, man. But
I know.
Has he played Champions League football? Possibly at Sociedad, But
At
he played with
Newcastle.
Newcastle. Jesus, I forgot because they didn't make it out.
We're not that far off from Newcastle being that long removed from them being in
Feels
the
like
Champions
a
League.
long time ago. Was that last season?
It
That was
it
last
does.
season.
It was last season.
Yeah.
They got
PSG?
they got that they got that horrible group with PSG, Milan, and Dortmund.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
yeah.
they
I
came
do agree.
last
Yeah.
in that group.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree though. Like, I would assume someone like Isak sees himself as one of the top strikers in the world.
Yep.
And if you're at Newcastle, who's like 12th place, you're struggling to win games against like Brentford. It's like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta ask yourself that question. And be like,
There are
okay.
3 players in that team who are very obviously above this level. Probably more, but 3 players: Bruno, Isak, and Sandro. Like Tonali. They should not be playing for 12 for top 10. Like, and it's not like there's any major investment coming. Like, there was that news outlet that Saudi were cutting back on their was it their international investments, or I can't remember the exact phrasing, but was not a good look for Newcastle.
They were going to spend a lot of money on Mark Gahey in the summer,
But they didn't have the
but they couldn't.
bandwidth. Yeah,
They couldn't get that the match what they wanted. So they were going to splash at least something.
on
They just didn't get
Mark
their guy.
Well,
Gay.
it's just that Palace kept gently upping the price every time Newcastle met it to see how high they would go.
Yeah, man.
Because Palace didn't want to sell Mark
They didn't
Gahey.
need to sell.
And I
So they
don't
just
think
strung him
Mark
along.
Gay was desperate to go there either. If he
No
was, he
transfer
would have
request,
gone. Yeah,
he would have
like,
put at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Bruno would make a good candidate for City's midfield struggles. He'd bring a lot of
100%.
energy
I think
there.
he has a release
Yeah.
clause. It's just a big one. It's like 100 million or something like that. But clubs have been reluctant to meet it. City might have to.
Mhm.
So I mean, he's one that can run. He's
Yeah.
he's a dual monster. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. Let's move across London now. Fulham won, Arsenal won. Arsenal cannot take advantage of Liverpool's postponement to close the gap in a meaningful way. And,
Or Chelsea's
this
win,
was
too,
or
they did.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
about
our
it.
game was before yours.
You
but
guys are 4,
good
but
try.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, I've forgotten how Tommy
You
got
deserve
Chelsea.
it. Like, honestly, you've suffered.
Yeah.
So
You've seen
I
those.
can't say
You've
it.
seen
I
those
can't say
pictures
anything.
of the runs we went through a couple years ago, where it was L.
To be
no
fair,
goal
we have all
scored. Yeah.
gone through this. So we have Uzi
Some of us are still going through this.
Yeah.
When is my turn?
Oh, we'll discuss United.
Sorry, Uze. Sorry.
Yeah.
Since this podcast started, I have had approximately 2 weeks of peace. Because that's how long it took for us
Right.
to sign Ronaldo and things to go to shit.
We had an FA Cup win the
Yeah,
last summer.
I've had those FA
Hey.
Cup wins.
do it, eh?
I
It's-
enjoyed the day, but
Yeah.
they made the wrong decision after
Yeah.
that. We will get to that. We're talking about. We keep going back to
Okay.
them. But they're the main event, man. Even when they're shit, the fucking main event.
Mm.
Because they're shit, they're the fucking main event. Fulham won, Arsenal won. Go, talk your shit, man. This game sucked.
Yeah,
Fulham
I-
didn't do much. Yeah.
Well, that
Arsenal didn't do much either,
that
man.
was the game model, right? Like they played a back 5, almost felt like a back 7, and said, break us down. It's the same story. We just don't have, like, if you look at the actual breakdown of the game, Arsenal had 2 XG to their 0.0 whatever, and yet you watch the game, you're like, Arsenal could have won, but like it wasn't like they had a whole host of chances that you really think that they deserved to win. And it's the same thing that we've been saying. They've not made any investment in the attack. So if it's not Saka winning it at the end or, providing something for someone, it's just not enough players doing something. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at the actual XG breakdown as well, a lot of Arsenal's XG comes from the set pieces, which we know that they're very adept at. But the open play XG was not good.
Yeah, the open play
Not
XG
very
has
good
not
in
been
this
good
game.
for a while. The set piece XG is built in the the set pieces are built in the model because of this problem that we're having in terms of trying to break teams down. But it's just the number of times Saka will play a ball across the box and just Trossard was not a threat on the other side. Havertz is in a bit of a slump. I've seen it coming with Havertz because he's just played too many minutes. And there was a through ball that Declan Rice played over the top, and Jesus was one-on-one with the keeper. I've never seen a striker so afraid to be in this position before. He just let it go. He just let it. Leno was quicker than me. He got the ball. He didn't even stick a foot out. Leno stopped because he thought Jesus was going to get the ball and maybe go around him or chip it over him. Like, the options, when we first signed Jesus, we were so excited because it was like, we finally have the superstar striker we needed. The first 5 weeks were amazing. Since then, he's approached Mustafi levels of annoyance for me. Like, one league goal in 2024. One for potentially our highest paid player is a disgrace. Like, he's dragging with Jorginho for goals. It's crazy.
When you're comparing someone to Mustafi levels, you know they suck.
You're like,
That's the lowest.
Jesus sucks.
You know?
Like, Sterling's
you
over there.
compare someone to Mustafi, Tommy and I immediately go into a hush. We're like,
Yeah,
we're serious.
No, but I mean, Sterling's over there. I get it. He's not our player. Like, his legs have gone, whatever. Jesus is 27. He's not old. When Odegaard was injured,
Is he only 27?
he's 27. This is not a physical... Like,
Jesus Christ, as some would say.
it's a bit of a physical decline, but this is not physical. This is just a mentally weak player that is feeling sorry for himself because he's no longer the star of the show. And this is the same player that was crying that Brazil fans don't like me when you scored 0 goals at the World Cup. And it's the same player that was, that I guess Man City were happy to get rid of. This is why. You just can't rely on him. So I want him gone in January. I probably want him gone in January more than I want Isak. Like, he's just stinking the place out. It's...
Tony,
now,
what would you do
what would you
to...
to get rid of Gabriel Jesus?
I don't know, man.
What embarrassing
Jesus.
things would you go through?
We send him through Parliament again.
Yeah. It's just...
And then it would just
he's
say
a big
it would just say
irritation for me.
Jesus out, or and then we when we were
If we send Tony through Parliament with his back like naked, first of all, saying Jesus out, we are gonna have several problems.
Oh, it's gonna be like
we're gonna upset a lot of people who will not have context, and I am all for it.
Tony, it may not have the effect actually that we were looking for here. Oh, that's too good.
Yeah,
That's too good.
the attackers are frustrating me. Martinelli came on. I thought he was actually really good when he came on. But again, he's a player who's not in the best form. I think it's pretty poor of him to be offside from that in that moment.
It's my pet peeve with any forward when they're looking across the line and they don't stay onside, especially because he had the time to get back on.
Timber did take a long time to play to him, but yeah, you've got to have the discipline to stay on side there, and it's a great ball for Saka as well. Which, like, I didn't watch the game live, so I didn't have this emotion. But the anger at full time, I can kind of understand it when that win's been taken away from you, because the offside wasn't called initially, so you kind of get that feeling that you've dragged it out of the bag and you've won it, and then VAR takes it away, rightly so. But yeah, it's just not. We need something, man. I will say, I am at the point now where mentally I've checked out for the Prem this season. I think.
Wow.
I think.
All our preseason predictions are in the mud.
Well, this is the thing. I think we could have won it. It's just that our defense. Our elite. The elite part of our team is our defense. Our defense has not been stable this season. Like, right now, too many injuries. Like, Gabriel's out. Calafiori, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Zinchenko, like none of them can stay fit.
Zinchenko being out might not be the worst.
Well, we have no one to rotate.
Like, he's not very good.
Yeah, he's not.
His injury is an issue because there are other injuries.
Exactly. Well, that's my point, right? Like, we literally have no one else to play at this point. So, with that lack of... I mean, Kivior for the first goal, he keeps conceding that goal. Like, if I keep talking, yeah, it's just...
Yeah. We can move on from you to me, I guess. Man United 2, Nottingham Forest 3, and that is just the tip of the fucking iceberg. I don't know where to start with this team, with this club, with this ownership, with everything, man. It is a mess right now, and I feel bad for Ruben Amorim because he has left a very nice job at Sporting and come into this very nasty job.
I don't feel bad for him at all.
I don't expect you two to feel bad for him. I feel bad for him because he seems like a decent bloke, but
but he chose to go.
This was a mess.
Yeah. He chose to go.
But Forrest knows how to start. Say that.
I mean, yeah, you just beat us at a set piece. We've been doing that all season. That's nothing new.
I find it really funny that in midweek, all your fans were talking about was how Arsenal can only score from set pieces. That's all we have. And it's just like
that has continued because you did score from a set piece against Fulham.
It's
but
fine.
United also concede set pieces.
But my point is, you were shit at defending them. Why don't you focus? Harry Maguire was marking like this.
Oh, I love that video. Yeah,
he just stands, hands out, blocking no one, looking at no one. Of course,
have you seen the meme of the sort of stewards who just kind of stand there letting everyone through? It was exactly like that. I could not stop laughing. He doesn't help himself, does he, Harry?
I kept hearing fans say that it was smart.
Tony, I don't care who you were talking to on Twitter.
No, this is real life people.
I don't believe you.
People that are telling me.
I've seen how much time you spend on Twitter, man.
Yeah, I'm just blowing shit into the air. No, but like real life people telling me that it was Ineos. It was smart of them to wait until everything was in place before they hired their manager. So for them to keep Ten Hag, and I'm like. You spent about 150, 200 million.
No. Let me. Where are those people, Tony? Are they here? Are they?
They're not here right now, unfortunately. They might listen to this.
I will talk to them directly.
Talk to them.
Tony's friends. Please explain to me the logic. My at was Air Force One on Twitter, at 442 on Instagram, Twitter, all that lovely stuff.
You know some of them.
Talk to us.
You know some of them, yeah.
Please explain to me the logic of keeping Ten Hag when you had to extend him by a year, therefore increasing his severance package only to fire him in a little bit. Please explain to me how you do that at the same time you raise ticket prices, particularly for kids and the elderly. Please explain why you spend all that money to hire Dan Ashworth as your sporting director when you have a clash of ideologies with him. Did you see the stuff that came out? It was reported by Laurie Whitwell of The Athletic, so it's true, basically. Mm-hmm. Where Ashworth wanted to bring on... he did not mesh with, what is his name, Barada and Wilcox, and that Ashworth apparently wanted to bring in Gareth Southgate. So that is where that was coming from. Which, frankly, is a fireable offence, but also... Find this out in the interview phase. Surely, when you're interviewing someone, what is your plan if we have to... That's question 1A. What are you going to do? You're coming into a club where you have a lame duck manager. Question 1A is, what are you going to do if we have to sack the manager? What is your plan? And surely at that point, you can suss out, be like, this guy's not the right fit. He wants your Southgates, your Graham Potters, your Eddie Howes. Eddie Howe getting fucking talk. That's well done, Eddie Howe, for getting your name in there. It just So
Brexit means
don't
Brexit.
Have an issue.
That's what that is.
I don't have an issue with them firing Ashworth, I have the issue with hiring him in the first place because that means your
Chased
interview
him for a
process
year.
is not good.
Chased him for a year.
Chased him for fucking ages.
Yeah.
Do this shit. Like, it's insane. And the insanity is reflected on the pitch because Andre Onana, after having a very good couple of months, suddenly turned back into a
sucks,
FIFA
man.
glitch.
Oh
He
my
sucks.
god, that goal. Oh,
Yeah.
how do you misjudge
I-
that?
Which
I
one?
don't get it.
Oh, the first, the like.
No, the first one. The
Well,
second one is also bad, but the first one is like unexplainably bad. The second one is terrible from Martinez because he's on the line, but also not.
It is terrible for
Where are
Martinez.
you?
It is rubbish goalkeeping as well.
It's terrible goalkeeping as well. But there are several people
He can
who
share
take
the blame.
on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
That first one, I'm just like, that is straight. I would save that one. That's hit straight at me. If nothing else, it would just hit me and like fuck off somewhere. They'd score the rebound.
He
But
can't concentrate.
Jesus Christ,
Onana.
man.
He just can't concentrate in moments. Like, anyway, Onana is just is a symptom of the problem. It's like, when did Barada start at United? Like, I know it's this year, but was it post summer or?
I was Barada. I think would have started in the summer.
I think the argument was that Barada, like, for those who were saying why was Ten Hag kept, which I thought was crazy. The argument was Barada was not in place by the time it was time to get a new manager.
Why are we? Yeah, because he came in at some point during this. Because it was something about like when his contract with City expired or something like
Yeah.
that. But why are you making that decision without the fucking? Hey, Ratcliffe is just another one.
Yeah.
He's just another one, man. It's all the goodwill towards Ineos is
It's gone.
It's
They-
gone. It's completely
They
gone.
look like idiots, man.
Between the Ten Hag stuff, between the team performing poorly on the pitch, between their relationship with the supporters, between how Ratcliffe has spoken about the women's team and not supported them, it has been a disaster. Because like the United women's team was never like league winning, but they were like on the up.
Yeah.
And then they've just completely tanked since.
Well,
They
you
just
didn't have a
don't
women's
get-
team for the longest time,
They
which
didn't
in
have a women's
itself
team
was
for
a
the longest
big
time.
problem, considering the size of the club.
The Glazers, I believe, cut the women's program when
Yeah.
they initially got it, and it took a lot of effort from fans to get the women's team back up and running.
Yeah.
And they'd actually built like like I said, not a league winning team, but a team that was in the top 4 positions in the.
You had a good team. You won the FA
It
Cup.
was a solid.
Oh, is it
They
the?
did win the FA Cup.
Was it the FA Cup? It was the FA Cup, right? Not the League
It
Cup.
was the FA Cup.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was the FA Cup.
Yeah. So you won the FA Cup. Like, you have Mary Earps. So look, you had good players, right, coming through.
Yeah.
Alessio Russo. Like, you had good players in the team.
Yeah.
But it's just anyway.
What I love about this is that we've been spending all this time talking about United. We've mentioned the game a little blip.
Well,
this is what I love about this.
What are you
man.
talking like? What can you say
how
about
many
the
more
game,
things am I
right?
gonna
Like,
say about the game?
I know,
The-
but it's so
the
We're like
players
45
suck.
minutes into recording.
it's so
Like,
fun.
The players suck.
It's,
Like,
it's a
we keep
Frankenstein
saying,
squad.
everyone
It's-
keeps saying that the team's not performing. I don't get what this means. The team is not good. Like, this is their level. If you keep doing this, look at Martinez for the first goal. That signing never made sense to me. Who signs a 5'7" center back? I'm sorry. In the Premier League, it doesn't work. Like, why do you think yours will be different? Nobody does this,
And
right?
Milinkovic is like what, 6'5"?
Yeah, and he's the one blocking him. It's just, it looked bad.
So dumb.
It looked
So dumb.
bad, that goal. It's like he had no
Hey,
chance.
I would just like to point out. So, I'm 5'7". I don't play center back. I play full back.
Yeah.
I'm not the person marking the tallest guy on
Yeah.
corners. I'm on the post because it doesn't make sense. Unless like the rest of our team is also 5'7", I'm not going to be the one marking someone tall. Like, you don't want to put me on that because I can't jump higher than him.
It's
I
just
loved the Chris Wood goal because it was Onana, Delict, and I think it was Martinez.
It was Martinez.
Yeah,
on the
All
line.
three of them
Martinez was on the
just
line.
left the header. They just let it go in. It wasn't particularly well placed, but it wasn't particularly hard to get to. And it's like they all look at each other. You got it? You got it? No? Oh, it's in. And it's like, whatever, you know? Oh, it was so funny. You know what?
Yeah. I don't know what he can do this season. This season is a write-off.
This season,
maybe they go on a cup run like they do from time to time. Really, I think just based off of heritage, because I don't even think the team is good enough to be winning the cups they're winning. But
they get Arsenal in the FA Cup third round, so
they
they
do.
may be gone.
That's us done.
But it's just
that's us conceding another couple of set goal pieces.
It just looks like Bruno Fernandes, like they have no midfielder that can run. Not one in the entire squad. Bruno Fernandes is having to play as one of the double pivots, which is a waste of his talents. You have Xerxes, who I don't know.
He looks
what
like he's
looks
like he's running through honey.
Like
that man is just
from
slow motion, man. This man's he's constantly like he has a nice first touch, but I'm like, you gotta move, buddy.
There's not one successful signing from the Ten Hag era. There's not one.
That's crazy. That's just the craziest statement to say. And the amount of money that they spent to say that.
He's got to have spent north of 500 million. Ten Hag. There's not one successful signing.
Must have.
It's crazy, and they just kept.
I like Mazraoui.
He's not okay. He's on loan, right?
He's on loan though.
I don't.
No.
Oh, he's not. Oh, okay.
He came with Delict. They both came together, right?
For some reason, I thought he was on loan. Okay.
No. Mazraoui is the one where I'm just like, oh, he's a good player. I like him.
Well, you know what? There is one guy that we haven't seen. Was he?
But Euro? I was it. 15 million out of 50 is not about.
It's telling.
500. Sorry,
it's telling.
It's not great.
Actually, that one of the cheapest buys is the most successful because there is value in that signing instead of just throwing money at man. I don't know where to start with United, man. Like we can talk about the football, but the solution's pretty easy.
I feel like I'm not saying anything new about them at this point.
I still like hearing
the Dan Ashworth thing is crazy. That is crazy to me.
Insane work.
Because you're gonna have to keep. Now you're paying him to not.
You're taking money out of the supporters to pay him.
They try to say it was mutual consent. Then
he got fired.
David Ornstein was like, "No, let's make this very clear. United initiated this termination. You just
do you consent to being terminated?
Yeah,
I guess
it's like,
I do.
I mean, if you're gonna pay me,
how
to
big
do
is
nothing,
my severance pay? Sure. Dan Ashworth, however, is making so much money for doing 5 months of work between his gardening leave at Newcastle and now this.
Mm-hmm.
Man's making out like a fucking bandit. He can go hire Gareth Southgate somewhere now. Okay, we're short on time, but let's quickly run through other stuff that happened this week. In a bit more serious news, Mikel Antonio was involved in a very scary car crash. Thankfully, he is responsive. He's okay. I believe he did have to have surgery on a broken leg, but if you've seen pictures of the car crash, you're thankful that it is nothing worse. Because there was a couple of hours where there was no news and it was a little bit scary. Yeah. But thankfully, Antonio seems like he'll be all right. Sending out our best wishes to him and his family, I guess. Just very grateful that it's nothing worse. In more positive news, Marco Reus has finally won his first league title. He's won it with LA Galaxy, who won the MLS playoffs trophy.
Yeah,
that is the actual trophy for. I don't know what it's called, but Marco Reus has won it, and God bless him, he looks so happy.
Yeah. Whether it counts or not, it doesn't matter.
No,
He's
it
happy.
counts. It counts. You look at the joy on his. You look at the joy on that man's face and tell him it doesn't count. No,
did they win 2 trophies? So he won the MLS Cup as well, and then he won the MLS.
Oh, they won 2 trophies. Wow.
No, LAFC won the cup.
So Giroud got a trophy.
Oh, okay. Somebody on Wiki is lying. Then. Yeah. But anyway, he won the Western Conference. Yeah. MLS Cup playoffs, whatever it's called. Anyway,
they got it. Yeah.
Congrats, Marco. Yeah, runner up no more. Yeah, finally
won
one of the big trophies, the big stuff. Yeah, I love Marco. One of my favorite players.
No, it's impossible. One of those guys that's impossible not to like.
Yeah.
Like Olivier Giroud.
Okay.
One of those players that is impossible to like, however, is Rafael van der Vaart. Now, this man, you might remember him from his time at Real Madrid, at Spurs. He bounced around Germany a little
I
bit as
remember
well, I
him for
believe.
Holland, to be honest. I don't remember him at Real Madrid. I know he was there. I just don't remember him doing anything.
So Van der Vaart is now in his retirement, one of the more annoying TV personalities in Europe. Just goes on talking head football shows, chatting shit about players better than he was. He had an interesting thing to say about your friend of mine, Cristiano Ronaldo, this week. He says, I am quoting here.
Just imagine
Ronaldo
blushing
is
after you said that.
Ronaldo is the. You couldn't tell if Ronaldo's blushing. There's too much tanner on him.
Yeah.
That Saudi sun is keeping him very tan. Rafael van der Vaart says that Ronaldo is the only player he played with whose dick he has never seen, which begs the question, Rafael, why are you staring at everyone's dicks, man? Avert your eyes. Show a bit of respect to people. Don't stare at them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that, but that's.
I don't know what to do with that either, but
He
it
says a
felt
lot of weird
important to
stuff, man.
mention.
Yeah. He's
Apparently,
kinda remind-
he regrets leaving Tottenham. That was his biggest regret. So,
wow,
okay.
this guy's
That says a lot.
delusional.
Well-
That says a lot.
He went from one of the better players at Spurs to a nothing role at Real Madrid. So
Yeah.
he loves being the center of attention. This is what we know about Van der Vaart. I have no doubts that he does regret leaving them. Was he there for their League Cup win? I forget the exact timeline he was at Spurs.
No. I don't think so.
I don't remember. Yeah. League Cup win. When did Spurs win a League Cup? At some point,
I can't remember. Let me see. Let me check.
08 or 09.
Okay.
I think it was 08. Some around then.
Knowing him, he probably left before Tottenham.
He was there from 2010 to 2012.
He was at Spurs.
So he was not there.
Yeah.
Oh, so it must have
He
been
was,
the other.
he was at
He
Spurs after.
joined
After, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So then, no, he wasn't. Yeah.
Well, at least he got to see everyone's dick while he was there. So
That's a good way. That's a good way to sign off.
what a way to end.
Yeah.
What a way to end.
Okay.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 442. We should set up a Blue Sky at some point. Probably
Yes.
move over there.
So we should.
Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. As always, thank you for joining me, Tommy.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions for embarrassing things for Toni to do to get Arsenal to sign Isak, please let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know, yeah.
Well,
I'll put it on
we'll
see
see
what
maybe
limits
someone
we
else.
can
Someone else at Van der Vaart gets to see naked. Thank you for joining me, Tony.
Good stuff. Enjoyed the chat as always. Yeah.
Start working on that beach body for Parliament. Thank you
No,
so
well,
much for
I mean,
listening.
It's got to be gear, right?
Well,
we
you
gotta
don't have
advertise. We gotta advertise. So yeah.
You have the police ready to get you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.